Brilliant. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. I'm delighted to join with Amber, and this is really Amber's webinar, this, and she came to us and said, came out and said, look, Christmas isn't cancelled. Let's give the gift of hospitality, and reached out to us, and we know these guys really well, and we know the passion and the energy that they bring to the sector, and absolutely no-brainer for us to jump on and do this. So without further ado, let's crack on, and I'll hand over to Amber.
Thanks, Dan. So we're going to do a little bit of a government next slide, please, running through this, guys. So bear with us on that.
I like that.
Yeah, we won't get it wrong. I think absolutely to mirror what Dan said, now feels the time and the year for collaboration, and also, as we know, innovation, and what our sector's been able to turn around in this under such horrific circumstances is pretty incredible. What I wanted to do today was actually bring sort of two brains together, obviously Dan's significantly better than mine, and really talk to you about some practical advice on how to make the most out of your gift vouchers. And this is going way further than just that traditional, oh, let's sell a £10, £20, £30 gift voucher. This is really thinking strategically about the dynamics and the many ways that they can be used and how versatile they are. And why are bums on seats involved in this? Because absolutely, they will drive bums on seats. And a lot of these gift voucher experiences that we're going to talk to you about should be pre-booked. You can offer such fantastic customer service with it as well, and really drive some loyalty. So what we're going to do is about half an hour, and hopefully within there, you're going to get some armory and some ideas. Some of it you might already be doing. Hopefully there'll be some new ideas in there for you as well. And we'll do a bit of a Q&A if we have time, if you guys can stick around at the end. So I think there's a bit of a Q&A panel there. So do just whack your questions in there as we go, because we won't stop throughout the presentation to keep the pace. So just to let anyone know who doesn't know me, I am the CEO and founder of Bums on Seats. Bums on Seats started in January 2019. So this is end of year 2 for me. I was on the other side, not a supplier, on the venue side for 18 years prior to Bums on Seats. So really feeling the same pain, I'm sure, as everybody else at the moment. Ultimately, we do drive revenue and grow your sales through pre-bookings and customer engagement. And at the moment, the most important part of that is business resilience, to be honest, which we believe gift vouchers are absolutely going to help you achieve that, because they are a new route to market, and they will be a lucrative route to market if we can get it right. So Dan, do you want to do a bit of an intro as well?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Dan Brookman. I'm the CEO of Airship and Toggle. I've been in the industry for 30 years. That's me, age 22. I bought a swimming pool on the outskirts of Sheffield. I turned it into a live music venue called the Deep End. I then owned and operated many other venues and restaurants and record labels and this and that and the other through my 20s before being one of the co-founders of Airship, which launched in 2003.
You know what you're doing, Dan, don't you? You know what you're doing.
You know what we're doing.
So very quickly, this isn't a sales pitch. Dan and I really do just want to help you, but it would be amiss not to discuss what Bums on Seats does in terms of our services. So for about 10 seconds, I'll tell you the 4 key pillars of our business. We run a lot of strategic sales audits to give you the kind of weaponry and armory around what you should be doing to drive sales in a strategic and analytical way. We are the only agency in the industry that has accreditation via the Institute of Hospitality for our sales workshops. And I have created a sales workshop called the Miracle Sale, which we deliver to operators, salespeople, marketeers, and thus alike. We also create and deliver sales plans, whether that be at the moment, very short term, 90-day plans, or whether that's longer term, 6, 12-month plans, sometimes even 3 years. And then the core part of our business is consultancy. And we run white label sales teams for people like Green King, Boparan, and other clients as well. So that's us in a nutshell. But let's just crack on with why you're really here. So next slide, please. So overall, we have come up with a strategy around 4 key areas that we believe are very apparent this year, and actually will continue next year through what we hope from end of Q2 will start to be a recovery period for our industry. We know at the moment it's all about survival. I believe that gift vouchers sit across all of these 4. So the first one always being customer centric, and that's focusing on that care and connection piece, building loyalty, trust, trust and obviously business reputation as well. We'll show you why we believe gift vouchers can do that. And of course, this sort of online and social connection is absolutely key at the moment with working from home cultures, so on and so forth. So customer centric is at the heart of that. Innovation absolutely is not going anywhere. I think what Dan and Toggle and Airship have been able to do and deliver in the last 6 months, Dan, is incredible. And actually how that is supporting and benefiting the industry is phenomenal. And actually every single operator that I speak to at the moment, what they have managed to do in a short space of time, and that's not going anywhere. You know, tech is so important, and obviously gift vouchers is very, very technical, and that's often what we're going to be talking about as well. Agility, of course, being agile is absolutely key for now and in the future. And again, you know, whatever tier you are into today, most of us, as we know, is tier 2, so unfortunate tier 3. How can we, you know, what does that actually look like for the next few weeks? How can we get out of that? How can we make that work in some way? And even if you are in tier 3, this should be part of your strategy that we're going to talk about today. And obviously being adaptive is sort of top of the list as well. So these 4 core focuses sit across everything that we're going to be talking about.
Great. Just on to the opportunity of Toggle then, for those that don't know. And as Amber said, really, this is about being entrepreneurial, I think, to wrap up that previous slide. And lots of operators have been really good at this. So gift cards, experiences, pay it forward, preloaded cards and retail products. We average about £15,000 per venue for a mature operator. So somebody that's been running the program for probably 12 months, that's doing physical and digital, and around 20% of that is unredeemed. Nikki, give it a tap. We'll just load up the bottom half of that slide. So just 60% of consumers say they've been introduced to a new brand through a gift card. That's really, really important. It's like the ultimate word of mouth. I love a brand. I think that you would love a brand because I know you and we share the same values and everything else. And I buy you a gift card for that brand and introduce you to it. It just couldn't be stronger, that connection. And then 7 out of 10 customers have said that they spend around 55% more than the value of the gift card itself. So as an entry product, they're very, very strong for a business. Thanks, Nikki. The next slide is just a selection of people that we work with that we're live with on Toggle, and we're really proud of our customers. We launched in October 2018, so we're, you know, at the moment we're onboarding around 20 people a week, 20 brands a week onto the platform, which is great. So people are really harnessing this opportunity, and the public are you know, the public are very much supportive of brands that they love, which is great. Thanks, Nikki. As far as how this year is looking, so we've got Black Friday tomorrow. Obviously, people have been sort of ramping up to that this week. We're currently way ahead of where we were last year, and we're expecting to do about, we think about £1 million over the next 24 hours, maybe, you know, maybe a bit more than that come Monday. And obviously it goes straight into Cyber Monday and then Giving Tuesday. Christmas will be a big thing. Absolutely. We know that, and it's been reported widely, that e-com will go up by around 30%, probably way more than that. And really, Toggle and gift cards and experiences, as we'll come on to, it's more than just that. It's way more than just that as well. It's been more of a shop. Thanks, Nikki. Last year, Christmas Eve, 23rd, 24th of December, massive days. And even on Christmas Day, it's really important that brands are out there and available for people to buy. And, you know, it's just been about being part of the mix, really. But from this weekend, we will see a natural climb now up to Christmas. And it's about brands making sure that they're in front of their customers as much as possible with the products that they have to sell. Thanks, Nikki. Just a little bit of age breakdown. So 37% of people buying last year were aged between 31 and 40. And it'll be interesting to see how that pans out this year as well. Great. Just on some Black Friday stats, really quick ones. Okay, so last year again, we'll see how it pans out tomorrow. We basically hit at midday was the biggest spike of the day. If you have got Black Friday stuff going on, if you've not let your customers know by now, let them know right now that you've got something going on. So throughout today, I think that Airship currently is processing a few million email out to people, letting them know what the Black Friday deals are. If you are going hard literally in the morning, then get that email scheduled for 4 a.m., 5 a.m. So when the customer's opening their inbox, they're laid in bed, they open their inbox up on their phones, they can see your email there. And hopefully you'll win a purchase from them. And we'll see it go literally up till midday, and then into the evening as well. And don't be afraid of emailing your customers through the day tomorrow and going for that evening purchase as well. There'll be plenty of people out there looking to spend money, more so than last year, because people have got a little bit more saved up after this year. Thanks, Nikki.
And what I would say on that, Dan, if I would, is that thank you. Is that the customer decision-making time when they get an email about gift vouchers is far quicker. So if you are the first off the mark and you have to be in front of your competition for that, you will get more sales. There is a direct correlation between how quickly and you are responding and emailing your guests, they'll make a decision and they'll buy from you. And there's some great examples that we've got of businesses that do that really, really well. So it's not too late to capitalize on that market, absolutely. But there are also other key days outside of Black Friday, which Dan and I will show you there. You've still got you've got lots more windows of opportunity for this year to do that and be first.
Great.
So from our side, you know, we talk, obviously there's a lot about trends, and I think the whole word experience has obviously been a buzzword in our sector for a long time, certainly not just the last couple of years. But we know that sort of growth in COVID and pre-COVID is all around the e-commerce, delivery, cooking at home experiences and virtual entertainment side. And we don't believe that that is going anywhere next year. If anything, that will just continue to mature. So it's really, really important that you start getting a strategy for that for 2021. Yes, there's some short, quick wins that we'll show you for this year, but actually it's fundamentally about starting to look further ahead. What do we think Q1, Q2 of next year should look like? How do you get ready when the industry does start to bounce back, even if that's not until May or June? These are just additional revenue streams that will, once you get them right, will not go anywhere. They will just add and add and add and build to your business. Something we say a lot in Bums on Seats at the moment is this cross revenue streams. And there's a couple of businesses, we've put there, Brewdog and Yo Sushi, that have started to do this really well. But if you have all of these different routes to market, so you've got your gift experiences, you've got gift cards, you've got delivery, you've got click and collect, then you've got, hopefully, if you're in tier 2 or tier 1, which no one really is, so tier 2, then you've got the opportunity to have them back into the venue. But how do you talk to that one customer about all of these 5 or 6 elements of your business? And you've got to be really, really smart with that. So start thinking about that. When a customer comes back in as a bum on a seat into your venue, how do you tell them about your gift experiences? How do you tell them about your delivery options? When they get your delivery, how do you tell them and direct them to book and actually come and visit you in venue again? So it's incredibly important that we don't have 5 different strategies and streams to your business, that all of them are in sync and communicate. And once you get that right, you'll be much more agile as a business. And to Dan's point earlier, if gift experiences help you get out to 60% more new customers, then you don't miss a trick on also telling them about the other areas of your business. So that's really important. Thanks, Nikki.
So let's get on with the tips. And the first one that we've got is really, Black Friday, but also about Boxing Day as well, because Black Friday is it's a consumer occasion. And the consumer occasion is basically to go out and spend money and save some money on things that generally you're buying for yourself. Boxing Day is another consumer occasion, and traditionally, obviously, in a consumer world is where the sales start. And it's a really good opportunity for hospitality to piggyback on that as well. and actually go out with a Boxing Day sale that can be redeemed or in January. So it doesn't have to be a discount, really importantly. It doesn't have to be a discount. It could be added value. You can do time restrictions on those gift cards and experiences so that they're redeemable in a shorter period of time. Now, obviously, we need to take into account the pandemic and the lockdown and everything else. So just be really, really wary when you're setting those up, that you're absolutely clear if there's any restrictions around them, and that it's in all, not just in the T's and C's, but in actually the copy of the experience or the gift card itself. With Toggle, you can apply these special offers or promotions to gift cards or experiences, one or all. And remember, this weekend is all about the weekend. It's not just about Black Friday. It's all about the weekend and Monday as well. Amber.
Great, thank you. Yeah, I mean, at Bums on Seats, we tend to always advise against kind of these percentage discounting as a rule, because we've seen businesses, you know, unfortunately fall too much into that territory. And once you're in it, it's hard to get out of. However, if you look back to the best example I think we've got in our sector of what would be deemed essentially as an absolutely as a discount was the Eat Out to Help Out. And I think, you know, if we analyze why that works so well, there's the obvious reason. It was a great offer and it was £10 and every single household understood what it meant, with a few exceptions with the general public. It had very, very clear messaging that it was for a specific time only. And then it played on the emotion and the heartstrings a little bit by using those words like help, which was so powerful because, I mean, we train this a lot. 86% of people buy based on an emotion and their feeling of emotion. So if you can tap into that. So what I'm really trying to say is that yes, don't be afraid to use a discounting or dynamic pricing model, absolutely. But make the messaging clear, make it very strict that it's for a limited time only. And if you can, use that kind of heartfelt wording and build that rapport through that platform, which is about, you know, we need your help, or words to that effect, that minimizes the risk. So if it's done correctly, it can work very, very well. And it will be interesting to see what happens when we look at January, and if we're actually going to be going into this January bounce back territory. Personally, I don't think that we should need to, but let's see. But certainly think about it, but just do it properly and get the messaging and the tone right.
Great. Second one, people like to browse. So a gift card program is not just about gift cards. It's about a whole host of different things. And really what you can do with a gift card, because it's stored value, is you can package things up off your menu. You can also do things like pay it forward. You can do your experiences and package up experiences. So the example that we've got here is the Joiner's Kitchen. And what you've got there is you've got a bread and cake bundle, which is a masterclass. You've got Christmas in a box, which is product. You've got a gift card. You've got another product, beer delivery to the doorstep. You've got hospitality's actions, invisible chips. You've got a give a key worker a proper lunch, and then you've got a couple of the masterclasses there, which make up that first bundle. So think about all of those different things that you've got going on. At the moment, I've got in my cupboard at home, I've got tonkotsu chili oil. I've got Hickory's hot sauce. I've got a hot sauce from Turtle Bay. And when I open up my cupboard every day, they're staring me in the face as those brands. And those are products that I bought online. So think about things that you can sell and create a shop experience rather than just a gift card store.
I think first thing, Dan, what time's dinner? Because that sounds great. As long as you like hot sauce. But no, Dan's absolutely right. And for me, it's really simple on this point. Sell every product you've got e-commerce to every customer, and that's it. You know, I think don't try and be too smart with that. Get how it looks and is visual and easy to navigate is absolutely key. But a customer who buys your hot sauce will also go and buy your brunch and will also treat their family member to an afternoon tea. You know, so capitalize on every opportunity. Hence the cross-selling piece that actually comes into play here really nicely as well. Thanks, Nikki.
So. E-commerce. So hospitality have been not slow to this, but what the pandemic's brought around is this opportunity to think like an e-commerce business, sell like an e-commerce business. So make sure that when you're setting this up, you're using Google Analytics and setting up your goals to understand the cost per acquisition, because you can do that with e-commerce. And you can do it really clearly, and you can do retargeting and remarketing as well. So you know that for every pound spent online, you know how much it's delivering you because it's literally linked to a shopping basket. Make sure that you leverage all of your channels. So across all of your channels, make sure that you're pushing out that message that your shop's live and focusing on different products and focusing on different experiences. I bought a hop Vietnamese kit yesterday for home delivery tomorrow. And then today I saw messaging on Facebook, which was from Plataway, which was the platform that I bought from. And that's really powerful. So they've got the Facebook tracking pixel and they're already remarketing to me and marketing to me based on me buying another product. So you can also retarget based on drop basket. You can use social audiences, and we're doing some work with Revolution Bars at the moment around social audience. So using the data from the CRM, uploading into Facebook, creating that lookalike audience, and then targeting to people on their porn star martini kit. But also then when you're open, so those tier 2 businesses, incentivize the front of house teams. So let the front of house teams know that gift cards are available. Really important that you sell a physical product within the store, and just make it the go-to message across the channels. So if you're going to do gifting, if you're going to sell experiences, if you're going to have a shop, if you're going to do e-commerce, just put it alongside everything else that you do. Don't just, pay it lip service. Make it part of your strategy and put in place targets for the business so that it actually creates a considerable amount of revenue.
Yeah, I agree. I think, there's a lot of decisions that typically in our industry have been made a little bit on gut instinct in the past. And I think the fantastic thing about this sort of technology is that you don't need to do that. You can target it, you can analyze it, you can track it, and then you can make decisions for the future. And that means that, you're minimizing any risk and actually delivering to your customers what it is that they want and they need for future sales growth. So couldn't agree more. And of course, the angle that we would come from as Bums on Seats is very much about encouraging customers or telling customers to redeem this voucher. They have to book in advance. And then we fit into the territory of all those positives of why pre-bookings now more than ever are so important. So, and then you can report from your booking system as well on the amount of gift vouchers and tally that up so you can see what proportion of people are booking via this method. Is it working? How do I target and track that? So it all becomes, a significant element of your business. Thank you, Nikki. So just a little bit here on kind of B2C and just some sort of tips around how to make your hospitality brand more giftable to sell. So the first element here is experiences. And as I've adhered to, it's going away from just that classic standard cash value gift voucher. So making it more personal, premium, that has a sort of higher perceived value is really good. So if you do the kind of experience bundles, they sell really well. And I've got some great examples of who's doing that at the moment. So it's great for all occasions. And I've got a bit of stats for you on what we think birthdays are going to look like next year. So this is absolutely prime territory for that. Physical gifts, so consider packaging one of your hero products. And actually Dan mentioned some great examples of people that do this well, like Turtle Bay, etc. But best-selling wines, cooking spices, what are you famous for, and how do you incorporate that as a physical gift within some of these boxes and these experiences? So you're giving them so much more, or certainly the perception is so much more bang for their buck, and you're also smartly cross-selling other products and other areas of your business. Absolutely digital. I know that Dan, actually, that your cards aren't plastic, Dan, are they? They're very, very sustainable. But I think actually, the way that people do choose to buy online now. So again, linking back to what we said before, that presence of that online shop and all those options is so key. It's super fast, sustainable, and just the best way of selling your vouchers. Thank you, Nikki. So this doesn't look particularly innovative when you read it, that some of the best-selling gifting experiences, I'm sure, are no surprise to you. But afternoon tea, brunch, birthdays, that kind of typical where you do this 3 course and a glass of wine, package that as a gift experience, absolutely. Your cocktail, whiskey, rum tastings, 100%. And a really smart way that I've seen a couple of businesses do that in COVID world is they've actually worked with suppliers to deliver those experiences at the table via an iPad or you know, something equivalent to that. So you can pre-record your experiences, and you could even go as far as doing that and then sending them the kit and running virtual tastings. All of that stuff is really, really great. Bearing in mind, we're still just talking about consumers here. I'll go on to corporate in a minute, but absolutely making sure that, yes, have you got the basic packages and experiences in? Because on your SEO, these are the search terms that people are looking for. So they're looking for afternoon tea, they're looking for brunch, they're looking for all of these things. So make sure if you can do that, that you can do that and sell it and deliver it to their homes. A new one that we've sort of come up with, which we quite like, is piggies and Prosecco, but obviously you want to get a really good vegan option in there as well. And actually Hawksmoor do a really awesome like Christmas box, which I'll show you an example of. So there's lots you can do quite quickly. Actually, it really doesn't take that much time to turn that around, even if it's just on the liquor side for this year. But how can we do it? So obviously you want to upsell to physical customers in your venue with bolt on your bill offers with an added value voucher. So for example, do you know you get a free dessert for everyone at your table when you purchase one of our gift experiences? And back to what Dan said, how do you incentivize your floor staff to actually benefit from that and actually want to sell that for you as well? So there's a bit of a training engagement piece there that's so important. You want gift vouchers to be part of your venue sales culture, and that's key, and that's on the floor right the way through to what customers are seeing on your website. Obviously digital vouchers, so they're perfect to market across all your social media. Please make sure the call to actions on there are very, very clear. We so often see great social media posts, but there's no call to action. So do make sure that's right. And as much video content as possible. But certainly the highest demographic to purchase vouchers is via social media platforms. I'm sure that's an obvious point. And using voucher sales as bounce back as well. So making sure that they know that they can get brunch vouchers. If they get brunch vouchers today, they can come and redeem those next week, and then they'll get something for that, some added value. It doesn't have to be alcohol, it could be anything. And again, it could be one of your hero products as a gift. So there's lots of things that you can do to make this a little bit more exciting. Thanks, Nikki.
I think one of the good examples was the Living Ventures used to tell their management teams at their sites, give them a promo code. And then the managers would speak to the best customers and they basically say, you know, and who they recognized, and basically say, hey, there's a little promo code here. It'll save you 20% off one of our gift cards, or save you 20% off one of the experiences. And you can go online and buy it with this promo code. And it was kind of personal. It was quite nice. And that you know, those customers would then just go online and they'd buy a gift card and they'd make a little bit of a saving. And obviously it's driving that revisit. You can create those gift cards, obviously, so they're driving a pre-booked experience as well. And it's just a nice way to re-engage the customer to get them back in quicker.
Yeah.
Thanks, Nikki.
So here's, as if I knew this was coming, here is Hawksmoor. So you can see here, so you've got the Hawksmoor at Home festive box, and obviously the photography is lovely. You've got a Hawksmoor at Home steak and cocktail box, and a Hawksmoor at Home London experience, which is their sort of cocktail masterclass. And I have to say, when I was watching, obviously, the news at sort of 11:20 today, and by 25 to 12, I'd already had an email from Hawksmoor saying we are reopening London. So, you know, that sort of goes to prove that there are some great examples of companies that are doing this really well, that I would definitely go and have a look at and just and see what they're doing, and you can mirror that quite easily. Thanks, Nikki. Boston Tea Party, a hangover cure gift card. I mean, this is going to be an absolute winner you would expect for New Year's Day or any time throughout the festive season. What I also love about this is, could you imagine selling this to businesses for their post-Christmas party, virtual Christmas party? They can send out a little hangover cure gift card to all of their staff. You can give them a bit of a discount for buying in bulk. Absolute winner. So the corporate market in this one in particular, I think, a bit of corporate social responsibility. Yes, not every business would go for it, but I think there's some businesses out there that would absolutely snap that up.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Great fun.
Really good fun. That's it. Fun. Let's bring the fun back, you know. Let's end the year with some fun. Alexander House, so they've got their sort of standard 3-course midweek supper in Reflections, which is just such lovely wording. It just makes me want to buy it. Tasting menu in AG's restaurant, champagne afternoon tea at Alexander House. I mean, why would you not? And I think especially now, for me, the value that people are putting on experiences over commodities or over, you know, material items, we know that's growing. So everybody's had a tough year. This Christmas is going to still be very different. A lot of people aren't going to see their families. So I'm going to buy my family a gift experience, because we can all do that together next spring. And I think that's a really lovely play on words, that when you are promoting these as well, why not talk about that in your promotion? You know, this is great for your family to reconvene next spring, you know, stuff like that. Don't be scared to be bold and really shout about, you know, how these vouchers could work differently. Thanks, Nikki. Oh, Coat. I mean, I literally hats off to Coat. And I just had an email from them this morning, because my birthday's coming up, with a gift voucher to redeem a bottle of Prosecco if I spend 40 quid on their online shop for free. I was like, get in. I mean, to be honest, come on, Coat are, you know, they're a casual dining brand, they're in high streets, they're in shopping centres, and what they have turned around with their Coat at Home, I think, is phenomenal. They are beating all of their immediate competition for this at the moment. There are, I won't mention names, but there are other casual dining brands that just don't even feature. And I think what they've done is awesome. So well done, Coat. And it just shows that a company with that much heritage, who must be having, we know they're having a terrible time, has been able to do this really quickly. So I think they're always worth a shout out for me at the moment. Thanks, Nikki. Sorry, Dan, yeah.
Yeah, the interesting thing about Coat is that they obviously spun up Coat at Home really quickly on Shopify. They then used Toggle's APIs to create a Coat at Home gift card that could only actually be redeemed on Shopify. So this is taking Toggle and basically you can buy a gift card that can be used in the restaurant. You can buy a gift card that can be used at Coat at Home. And also what they've done is they've integrated Toggle into their customer service tools. So if they have any customer service issues, either at Coat at Home or with the restaurants, they can actually do a Toggle gift card issuance from their customer service tools and then track back for that customer revisiting the venue following one of those. So they're using it across all of their different channels to engage with customers. It's as you know, as Amber said, it's well done there. Yeah.
And we know, Dan, don't we, that when, you know, when all the Coats can reopen, when, you know, if they can survive and carry on getting through this, they will be at the forefront of your mind as a consumer to go and have lunch or dinner at a Coat, because they have been so prominent in their advertising and their marketing, and it will pay off. Thanks, Nikki.
We've really quickly on this, we've talked retail a load. So just some examples, you can hang The Alchemist on your wall at home. So they're selling prints. We've got cook at home kits. We've got porn star martini kits. We've got tonkotsu and their chili oil. In the last 10 minutes, Yo Sushi have gone live with Toggle, and they're selling literally sushi rolling kits and bowls. And, you know, you can go to shop.yosushi.com right now, and that platform's now live and ready to, you know, maximize on this period. So entrepreneurial hospitality is now e-commerce, it's now resale, it's extending brands into homes. What's not to love? It's amazing. Well done.
I agree. We've actually just started working with Yo as well, which is very exciting. And you know, they have gone from a business where everyone just thought they did sushi. It was a very younger crowd. It was all walk-in. And again, what they have done in the last few months is phenomenal. So go them. And I think the point on this for me as well is that corporates still have an entertainment budget to spend, and especially actually if you're in tier 3, how disappointing, how devastating. They will be hosting virtual parties. They might be doing it themselves and knocking up a quick murder mystery like we're doing with Bums on Seats, or they might be you know, actually paying someone to do that for them, but they want food and drink delivered to houses, and they do want to be having some celebrations as soon as they can for their staff and their clients as well. Don't forget client entertaining next year. So all of this is absolutely right. You must continue to talk to your corporates.
and leading nicely on to a really cheesy picture of corporates. So this is around really about bulk purchase. So there's that opportunity where you have sales teams that they could be calling out and ringing people and basically selling 1,000 gift cards, and 1,000 gift cards, or 50 gift cards or 100 gift cards, and with a slight discount about it, or with an experience that is for 6 people, something that can be redeemed next year, that you are basically getting the revenue for today. The corporate is getting that opportunity to reward their teams. There's not going to be the big Christmas parties, we know it. So why not bulk sell to local businesses and get that revenue in, and then guarantee that return visit?
Absolutely right. And actually, if you want to whiz to the next slide, Nikki, because I'm going to go into corporate a bit more. So gift vouchers are awesome for staff incentives and employee benefit schemes, and we know that they are very, very popular. It's tax-free for up to £50 per voucher, so it's very financially viable for businesses. And I think in particular with the work from home culture, with so much awareness around people's mental health as well, I think these team incentive schemes via hospitality are going to be critical. And this is where your conversation with these businesses is going to be different. So it's not picking up the phone and going, would you like to book your Christmas party with us this year? It's like, no, obviously I wouldn't. But it's picking up the phone and saying, look, have you thought about using us for gift experiences, for team incentives, and looking at little offers that you can do? You know, if they buy 100 gift vouchers, do you give something to the person buying it, a kickback, like we used to do back in the day when Christmas parties used to happen with our early booking incentive? It's a kickback for the decision maker. Is it, you know, we'll give you an extra 10 vouchers for every 100 that you buy? You can come up with some really exciting dynamics. And don't forget, when we're dealing with businesses, the number one important thing is rapport, and building the relationship. And I think what's had to happen this year is because of so many people either being made redundant or going on furlough, we stopped talking to our businesses and our corporate network. Please, if you can, if you have the team to do that, do it now, or ask us to do it for you, because the sooner you can get onto that, the better. Because let's remember that there are all these other things that they can be buying from you now as well. There's a little quote from that. I won't read all that out because I'm sure you've already been reading it anyway, but we will make sure that this is recorded and the slides go out. So Nikki, let's skip that because it's quite a long quote. So how can we do it? For larger corporates, it's the same process you would have gone through before. So who's responsible for team incentives and perks? It's normally HR, L&D, PA, EA. So the same sort of remit that you've had before when you've dealt with corporate business. You've probably already got the right contact, somebody somewhere in your CRM system anyway. It's just a matter of picking up the phone. Please don't just send blanket emails to these businesses. They want to feel special. As I said, rapport and relationship is the most important, and 65% of people, believe it or not, still want a phone call. Show off your fabulous business, tell them about what you're doing, make them feel important, give them some examples to talk through. You know, this is how it could work for you. Have you thought we could partner with you on a longer term basis, not just the Christmas party, all through next year as well? If you can, get some evidence before, and it's harder to do that if this is all new for you, but as you go along and you get some case studies and evidence of other businesses, start building that framework up, because that's really powerful. If they can sort of see it in their mind of how it will work, they will buy into it, absolutely. But they do already have budgets for this, so you're pushing an open door. You know, it's just a matter of the fact that we get a bit nervous in our industry to be that direct, but please push that open door with businesses. So key. And if you can invite them back in, whether it's just for a coffee, socially distanced coffee, to meet you at some point, please do that, because the face-to-face interaction is key. If we can't do that at the moment, jump on a Zoom or a Teams with your business contacts. And even if you just speak to 5 new businesses a week via Teams or Zoom and discuss what you can do for their employee benefits, you will see such a difference in the long term. Thanks, Nikki.
So number 6, get creative. And what we've seen over the last couple of months is different businesses using affiliate marketing and using Toggle and you know, different other platforms as well, to get creative. Leon and Pret a Manger obviously launched their subscriptions. We believe that subscriptions are going to play a massive part going forwards. Whether it's a beer subscription, whether it's different food, whether it's a club that maybe costs a little bit of money each month that people then get invited to events. There's a whole, I think that the whole culture now is that people don't mind paying a little bit of money per month for something. So if you can wrap up a proposition that they can then be part of, then it's almost part of a new value exchange, a new club. We did a promotion with Moet, with the Bottle Club, where you would buy something online and we served up a single-use voucher that could then be used in The Alchemist. So that was really good for Moet because it was obviously promoting them online, but also really good for The Alchemist because it was driving a visit as well. So just be creative with it. I think it's about, it's time to open up a little bit and think about what might the impossible look like, because now it's a little bit more possible.
And Dan, would you suggest sort of the idea of actually linking with other people within your immediate area to think about how can you collaborate on a gift experience or gift voucher that's not just your venue? So I think I like that idea.
Yeah, certainly brands that you can hook up with, and it could be supplier brands as well. So those people that are supplying you, and I think Honest Burger did something really nice with this early on as part of their burger kit, where they actually really promote, and Hawksmoor did as well, where they promoted their suppliers. But I think that where you can expand and reach into somebody else's network, that can help you gain new customers that you've not reached before, and vice versa for them. So supporting local community, definitely.
I agree. And even if it's as kind of off the wall as you've got a clay pigeon shooting site near your venue, go to them and say, why don't we link up like those? I think now it's, think bigger and differently and act differently. Thanks, Nikki. Yeah, so this is, we love Cam Media, I think, who doesn't, and they provide Bums on Seats and the industry with a lot of fantastic insights. And their latest bit of research, which we've been all over really from a sort of creation, innovation perspective, is this trend around low and no, which is no surprise. We know it's been growing in the last few years anyway, but staggeringly now 1 in 4 visits when we're allowed to be open are alcohol free. Why is that relevant to gift vouchers? I think it's just to reiterate things like afternoon tea. Just make sure it's not just boozy. Make sure there are always those low and no options with every experience and package now that you're selling. And actually don't be scared to promote that as much as you would promote the alcohol side. I can't believe that a quarter of all adults now claim to be teetotal, and that's actually 18 to 25-year-olds. So, the student market, who should be, I think if you do have a student following, you should be looking at selling gift vouchers to that market absolutely as well, because it's easy for them to buy that as gifts for their friends and family, but they are teetotal. I mean, I don't know, I was pickled most of my teenagehood, so I don't know what they do instead, Dan, but they are teetotal. So, do make sure that this becomes top of your agenda. It's actually becoming, bigger than like the vegan movement. So, if you've got great vegan options, you need great low and no options too. Thank you. And yeah, birthdays are back. So actually, here's my little Coke example this morning. Don't steal my voucher code. I actually should have blocked that out. That's for my birthday that's coming up next week. Oh no, no, it's okay. It's okay. So as Bums on Seats, we spend actually quite a lot of time not just looking at the UK for examples. We actually look at places like New York and Australia quite a lot as well. And this was really, really interesting. So Pizza Hut Australia have launched a giveaway to customers that have missed birthdays during lockdown. So if you have a little read of that, and this was sort of off the back of a psychological, there we go, study that showed that in particular, anyone who had a 50th in lockdown has really struggled with anxiety and just feeling, obviously just very disappointed, very upset about the situation. So therefore Pizza Hut have come up with this, which is to give away $1,000 of Australian dollars to people who missed events in that lockdown period. And I just thought that was quite smart. And of course that takes quite a lot of financial backing, but how could you use gift vouchers to do that. Well, you know, pretty easily, to be honest. And then you've got your basic kind of one anniversary code option there. And I think, again, birthdays are going to be bigger next year, and people are going to want to come out and celebrate because they've missed it this year. So think about birthdays as a strategy. It's not just about sending an email 2 weeks before and hoping that people come back to you. You know, be better than that, you know, be more strategic, be more analytical than that. And target anybody that's missed, if you do have that data, anyone that's missed those big birthdays, and think about targeting them slightly differently and in a very, very, very personal way.
Thanks.
Cool. So loyalty. So Dan, do you want to position this, or do you want me to?
Well, why don't you jump straight in and I'll top and tail it.
Lovely. So loyalty. Obviously, loyalty is should be top of all of our agendas. How do we win back lapsed customers? How do we make customers feel safe and secure coming back into our venues, which we know our industry has done phenomenally well at? But loyalty is a fantastic tool when you're using gift vouchers. You can drive it through gift vouchers. So it takes 6 to 7 times the cost to attract a new customer than retain an existing one, which is absolutely staggering. So we know how important loyalty is. 68% of consumers have expressed that gift cards are their preferred type of loyalty incentive. And research shows that 2 of the most important attributes to consumers is value for money and great rewards. So why not jump on this? Absolutely. So you can sustainably send customers a digital gift voucher as part of your loyalty program, and they will absolutely redeem it. We also know that the rate of redemption when you're using it to drive loyalty is far, far higher as well. So I think, Dan, have you got some great examples of who's doing this well at the moment from your side?
I think that the biggest one is Starbucks, truthfully. And unfortunately, it's not a Toggle customer yet.
Yeah,
we're holding out. So gift cards are a really good way to engage with customers onto a loyalty program. Mm-hmm. And actually, almost the gift card then becomes the loyalty card. So you can give away a gift card and give away a value that then is activated online. And once activated, then it allows the consumer to engage and then actually top up. And Starbucks have done this really successfully, so that now 32% of transactions from Starbucks are literally through the loyalty club, and is all pre-sold revenue. They've already had the revenue before it's redeemed. And I think that loyalty programs can be quite complex, and I think that consumers are looking for things that are much more simple. And actually, if you can do it based on a spend and based on a customer loading up a card and then delivering maybe an experience which is loaded within that card, I think it can be really, really powerful. So definitely a really good way of incentivizing, but also a really good way of growing data. And Turtle Bay recently did a campaign with us where they gave away a £10 gift card free of charge to grow their data. And actually they did that because they saw that their data, and everybody will be the same on this, is, you know, lockdown, the pandemic has been catastrophic for churn as well. So actually the engaged databases are really reduced now. And it's going to be a little bit of a job of 2021 to go out and re-engage with new customers and existing customers. And you can do that through a gift card. And then that can actually translate into a loyalty program.
Yeah. And GDPR compliant, even better.
Yeah.
Wants and needs. So rather than sending a flat monetary value card, use your consumer history insights, which is everything that Dan and I have been talking about, which is so important. So that sort of smart marketing, send them what they are interested in, not just everything, and you'll get, again, much better results by doing that. I think the other sort of, just to end on this really, is that you want to get brand fans back, don't you? And I think that is most important. And giving away a little bit to get loyal fans back and grow your database should be part of your strategy for next year. Absolutely. And there's many different dynamics in doing that, but just keep it really simple, really effective, and keep it at the top of your priority list, because data actually is cash, and every piece of data is a customer who knows a customer who knows a customer. So it's really important that you use loyalty for that specific dynamic.
Perfect. Number 8, so this is really important this year. And again, from a, I count myself really lucky that I'm a CEO of a tech company, because what it allowed us to do was really develop our platforms in line with what our operators and what our customers were wanting to do. And we rolled out Pay It Forward in April, I think. And it was directly because of Crust Brothers, actually, who just bastardized our platform to go out to their customer base and get them to buy a pizza for the NHS. And then we rolled out the tools that actually enabled them to do a really good job of that. This isn't a gift card. It's where a customer is on your gift store, and it's part of the shop experience. And Gusto are doing it beautifully at the moment, and Pledge One to Cook One. And literally, you buy a gift card and you pledge a gift card but what you're doing is creating a pot of money. We've seen loads and loads of different examples of this. Thunderbird Chicken funded a local community group to make PPE early on. And I think that we all need to give something back. And I think that your customers are looking for you also to give something back. And there's so many people that have done such an amazing job this year. Such an amazing job, and you can enable that. You can enable a fund of money to be created through your marketing and through your efforts. Forget corporate social responsibility. I know it's got a label, but actually you can just do it, and you can do it at the touch of a button, and you can generate so much goodwill, and you can do something great in your communities, and you should do it as part of your shop.
And I think it's gone far beyond, thankfully, a PR exercise, Dan, now, hasn't it? I think there's a genuine care and genuine need to want to affect positively other people's lives and have an impact and make a difference. And that everybody now has the power to do that through these platforms, which is amazing.
Yeah, ask everybody, check out Gusto's page and look at their Pledge One to Cook One. 10,000 meals they're generating for the local superheroes. It's brilliant. Thanks, Nikki. Finally, mark it right up to the wire with your gift card programs. A Christmas morning, about 5 years ago, I heard that Mitchell and Butlers, and if there's anybody on the call, they can probably verify this or not, but Mitchell and Butlers sent out an email to about 15 million people on Christmas Eve at 7 p.m. saying, it's not too late. You don't need to resort to the petrol station for that last minute Christmas gift. And they do £1 million. I think last year we did £85,000 on Christmas morning. And you saw from those previous slides that, Christmas Eve is only just behind the 23rd of December as the busiest day. You've got the channels, you've got the base, you've got the data, you've got the social, and consumers out there, everybody will be looking for that last minute Christmas gift, Christmas experience. So mark it up to the wire. Don't worry about it. There's no real such thing as email fatigue. Your customers are opted in. They're opted into your database, and they will only archive or swipe. They won't unsubscribe if you send them one more email over Christmas. And remember those Boxing Day sales as well. Be straight back on it, because the high street's straight back on it and marketing to those customers. Okay.
Yeah, I think just to agree with what Dan said, and ultimately we just want to give the gift of hospitality, Dan, don't we? That's the whole point. Yeah. And I think that not just for our sector, but for consumers as well. So I really hope that that's been helpful, and there's been some couple of 2 or 3 ideas in there that you can take away, or at least review your current way of working and see if there's some better ways of doing things, or more innovation or creativity. But yeah, it's been great. Thanks for listening. I don't know if there's any questions, Dan. If we...
No, I don't think so. I just posted a prompt, but yeah, if anybody has any questions, they can Well, there's some contact details there to get in touch. Alternatively, they can pop them in the chat window. But just to really to what Amber said, thanks for attending, and let's, good luck out there, and let's hope more areas come out of tier 3 and into tier 2, so you have that opportunity for at least a couple of weeks of trade over December. Yeah, good luck to you.
Good luck. Keep collaborating. Thanks for listening. Bye, guys.